What's up, guys? Market update, Tuesday, January 10th. Happy New Year. It's 5:06 a.m. in New York. So, first one of the year. Euro dollar. Okay, we get rid of this stuff. Now, it's basically in a range, but it's a pretty big range, and volume has been showing clear signals really at the high point, the low point, strength, weakness, strength here. Now, as we moved up back to this top area, it's sort of a accumulation into markup into distribution, but it's all within a range overall. But it's clearly giving that strength markup. And so going forward, weakness came in here. Again, weakness, fake break pattern. And then again here, it's a new high ground for today. Weakness again. This was kind of off hours, but the volume increased where it needed to there. And again, weakness here, right? And that's all in this price area. Again, going back to last week, this general price area all has shorts built up here. So luckily today we're up here. And again, as we're getting into London, got a sign of weakness. Now, so I'm in this trade short off no demand here. And you can look for, it's basically in the same price area where I got in. And, it's just sort of gone flat. But there's nothing wrong with the setup. Now, if it does move higher, again, you can see weakness and look for the entry, maybe even a better entry up higher off the low volume test. If it moves down, particularly look at this area and look for not any signs of strength coming in as it moves through here. And it's likely a successful break of this little swing point and moving down to larger areas. So it moves down. Again, lack of demand here on the break, not high volume strength. Could bring it down for a decent first target area. And again, if it moves up, more weakness confirms this situation to look to get short. So there's a couple of ways to get in there. Again, if you back out, basically the target areas are marked here. And really just looking at how it's behaving and if there's strength coming in or not, how much we can expect. I'd be happy today if we hit this and this by the end of today into tomorrow. But I'll manage it and see how it behaves. So there's that. Now, pound dollar has really gotten a bit confused. It's in a downtrend. And I say confused because it broke out, it looked like a fake breakout on strength. It kind of messed around for a bit and then finally popped up. But the idea here is in this downtrend, this is really like sort of showing the amount of volume I would need in order to go against this move here. So again, it's into new low ground and all that. So I really didn't get enough volume to go counter trend, although the pattern is nice. The increase in volume is nice, but we see, looking back, that's not high enough really to go counter trend the way I do it. It's a strong move down there. So I would look to sell off weakness, staying with the trend, and again, not enough volume telling us to go long. And if we can get to some higher areas and look to short. You can also draw a fib if it wants to do a larger retracement, but that's pretty high up. It doesn't need to do all that. Previous support to resistance works, which is back there. So you have this general area to look for weakness to try to continue the trend, or at least test the low. It's still a good trade, looking to short off weakness in this area. Get with the trend. This is like new high ground on the swing. And that would be sort of a fake breakout of the swing point there. So that's particularly a good spot to see weakness in a setup. That's the pound dollar, pound yen. Again, it's similar with the downtrend. A retracement is kicking in. And this is a potential area here. To look for the short, it's just basically like a support resistance. Is that what it was? So support and then resistance. And I'm trying to narrow it down because it's not really a fib that I'd want to draw in here. It's just sort of one big move. You could maybe draw this one, which kind of gives you that same level anyway. If I can do it right. That actually matches up exactly with the 618, the level that I was just showing. So if you want to go with that fib. I just hate kind of picking, this is sort of tempting to just sort of pick wherever you want, but that does seem like a pretty obvious swing point. But again, it's the same level anyway, so There's that. And if it wants to do a bigger retracement, I'd look for the 50 EMA and the 50 larger fib retracement area. But it may set up here. So ideally there, not far away. Get back in the trend off of weakness. Now AU, AJ, bullish uptrend on AU here. Have a retracement, and I'm glad it went lower than this fib retracement and did a larger one. Now I'm looking for strength to come in and get into this uptrend. Here's a support, right? So if it can pop down, it just kind of went to sleep as I was hoping it would just test here. So if we get here, we see strength. We're getting back in the trend off this retracement point and strength. And again, if you look at the bigger picture, it's not a mystery why this level. Previous support, daily pivot, 50 EMA, and we could get a fake break pattern of this low of the day here and our sign of strength to get the trend going again. Again, there was a bit of weakness here, but you see nothing high, really pretty low if you look at the regular activity, right? So we want to stay with that trend. That's AU and AJ, same story. 4 hour kind of more shows that it's a slow trend. But you see a fib retracement, and I'm looking for strength here, but I really haven't seen it. You can see all day it's sideways and sort of stuck, and looking for signs of strength. I mean, the volume's just low, and we're not really going anywhere. But if it can, again, pop down and show strength, right, it's going to show up on a down move and show up in this area, then all of a sudden it's a regular trade, and you get a sign of strength off the low, 618, and it looks to get in that trend. So hopefully it moves down and gives that opportunity. If it just moves up, as long as there's no weakness coming in, small retracements and strength, because it's likely continuing this trend, but the proper sign of strength hasn't really showed up yet. So I'm looking for that, ideally low prices, right? Also to point out, dollar CAD has some news today. It's a light news day, but the Canadian dollar has some high impact, I believe, or at least medium impact on a light news day today. But it's as it can often be, the euro dollar in reverse, basically. If you remember, that was distribution, selling off the high. So accumulation, buying off the low. And if we get down here, this is ideally where I want to get long on accumulation off of another sign of strength here. As you can see, they hit strength and bounce off, and that's characteristics of accumulation. So it could be a good trade off of that, even if it doesn't go into markup and just ranges. But of course, it may mark up as well. So moving down, sign of strength here and an entry, doing the 5-minute stuff there. If it moves up, it's really got to deal with the automatic rally top of the accumulation range and basically see a lack of supply as it breaks, and then you would be officially on your way to the markup once you pass this point with no weakness, and ideally a no supply, low volume test sort of thing. And a nice clean break here, no weakness. And you're likely starting off your markup and maybe a couple of legs up. But I'd rather get it down there. I tend to avoid the middle of the accumulation distribution ranges. It's really buying here because that's where smart money is positioning, or buying here as we break properly because that's the beginning of the markup, which is we kind of consider the beginning of the trend in a way, is starting from there once we get out of this range accumulation. So that's it. Well, hopefully my euro dollar trade is going somewhere right now. When I'm in the trade, I mark up these areas. It's not a target, but I like to, support obvious places where buyers would support. Buyers became more active than sellers, right? That's what creates a support. And these are really checkpoints as the trade is moving along. I'm only up a few pips here, but as it's moving along, I get to see if buyers were active here and slightly below, is going to really reveal to me how much buying there is in the market and sort of give me a sense of the health of the trade. So if I sort of see it float through here without much strength and high volume to stop the progress of the down move, I know my target, is likely to get hit, my first target area, and so on. So, as the trade moves along, use these same tools to read the chart and manage the trade, logically. If I get a huge sign of strength on high volume, I can move my stop to break even prematurely because of that. All right, guys. So I hope that helps. See ya.